The Dancing House in Prague. The real name for this building is the Nationale Netherland Building in downtown Prague. However, it was also referred to as the Fred and Ginger Building because it takes after the 1930s Hollywood dancers Fred Astaire and Ginger Roger. The tower known as Ginger is made of glass and steel, while Fred has a concrete body with a metal head. This building also holds offices, a restaurant, a gallery, a dome with a view of the city, and a conference center. Architects for this project were Vlado Muhme right and Frank Gehry left. Construction took place from 1992 to 1996. During World War II, the previous building that was standing before the dancing house was bombed. Later, there was a Velvet Revolution, and that's when Václav Havel, the first president of Czech Republic, had an idea. He wished that the site would be used to build a new center of culture and social life. The goal was to have it symbolize the arrival of democracy, and this was also known to be the era of hope. The company wanted to have a renowned architect working on the building's design. So Frank Gehry was invited to cooperate with Muhme, and together they were able to brainstorm ideas and create a design combining the original idea of the building with a new outlook. This building consists of a rectangular prism with two cylinders positioned on each corner of the prism. This building is an example of the deconstructive architectural style with its unusual shape. Designers called the building a neo-Baroque with its 99 differently shaped adjoined facade panels. Each contain a different shape and dimension. This building was constructed with steel, glass, and prefabricated concrete panels. When it comes to the outside texture of the building, there is a use of wavy and parallel lines on the outside which resembles the waves of the river that runs by its side. The windows are positioned in harmony to the waves of the lines, and this results in the repetition throughout the design to help keep everything symmetrical. The drunk house has a metaphorical characteristic. Its shape has a visual. The curvy female figure attached to the male straight one that makes up the two sections of the building. Gehry used certain techniques and design tools when creating this building to see how they would work on his future projects. Essentially, this building was his guinea pig. Gehry and Muhme wanted their designs to reflect the country's switch from a communist dictatorship to a democracy. Some people associate this building with freedom since it was built to represent something new after the war. Other people disapproved of this building because it stood out stylistically and was asymmetrical. The buildings surrounding it were more traditional, so people within the city thought it did not belong there. It has also been referred to as the drunk house. Today, the Dancing House is considered to be one of the most recognized and respected buildings in Prague. The building has a very unusual shape and doesn't necessarily fit in with its surrounding buildings that represent an Art Nouveau style. One criticism that came up when doing research on this project was that the architects were not familiar with the city or the landscape. The Dancing House sits on one of the busiest corners of the city, so when they started on the project, they made the skirt of the dancer come out and took up a majority of the sidewalk.